Okay, this is like so exciting here. Hey, look at this. We get to actually hear the song or what's left of it. I got this strange feeling that I don't have these different, I guess, these are different tracks that are, I don't know if I got them right. I don't know if this is supposed to be the bass or that's supposed to be this or that, the piano or whatever. It actually looks like, let me see here. I'm hearing a bass. So let's listen. I mean, you guys have been waiting. Man, I just did a cliffhanger and I had like 10 people and probably 3 of those were interested. And out of those 3 that were interested are like just waiting. They're just dying to hear what's in here in this old track of mine from 20 years ago. Okay, so we're going to listen to this. You ready? Are you guys ready? And let's put on a listening face. Need headphones? You guys got headphones? Put some headphones on. Like a bridge in there. Okay, so I got a verse going 4 times. I got a chorus. And now I got this bridge coming in here. Here comes some epic stuff. Are you ready? Here's something's coming. Okay, so here we go. This is phenomenal. Why do I say it's phenomenal? Not because I wrote it 20 years ago, but I've got so many VSTs now that can make this sound awesome. It's already sounding better than what it used to sound like off the QY300. I barely remember. I totally remember the little hooks I put together in there. It's like, now you got to understand that I am a guitarist, but I'm trying to learn keyboards here a little bit more. Over the past year, I've been trying to learn piano, keyboards, just move my fingers around like that. But I did this back in the day on this little, I think it was showing this little piano, and I just kind of was going like this, kind of like your finger drummers out there. You know who you are. Yeah, so I believe that's what I was actually doing on there. And you know what? To be honest, I think this thing has some serious potential in here. And what I'm thinking of doing is just kind of taking some of these parts one at a time and trying to kind of groom them into something a little bit cooler. And then I want to build this up into like a really working track. And we're like I said, we're going to take this old MIDI file of mine and turn this into it somehow magically, like frosted Lucky Charms. Okay, because they are magically delicious. Even though that guy kind of freaks me out a little bit. Gary Newman reference here. Let's see. So let's, where do we start? Man, where do you start on this? We could start soloing tracks to make sure that is that track indeed. I have Keyscape here. So we're listening to a piano track first. So I'm going to just solo this out. And that would be fair to say that this is a piano track that I did. I want to hear, what I'm going to do though, is I'm going to duplicate this, and this is just simply Control D, and this will duplicate this track. We're going to kill this track. We're going to get rid of them, and then I'm going to copy this track. So I'm holding down the Alt key, and see how we got this little, it turns it into a box and scissors, whatever. And if I drag that up here, now I can take this track over here, instead of switching that out, going into VSTs, blah, blah, blah. Instead of going into all that rigmarole, I can just simply, I'm just copying this keyscape track. Now I get to hear what's happening in here. Now, I may very well have done 2 piano tracks in there because it was just that linear way of thinking, saying, hey man, let me get some chords, or this thing's going to run down here, and then it'll be the right hand, left hand thing going. It could have been that. You know what I'm saying. Okay, sorry, didn't mean to scream. Hope nobody's watching this late at night. Watch this. So we're going to give this a try. We're going to hear what's going on with this. So I got some melody maybe. I don't know. Yes. So this is kind of like, yes, absolutely. So really what I had these 2 pianos. And the funny thing is, and I'm still not good at piano, but this is kind of cool because, some of you are saying out there, well, I can play piano and I'll do a great job and I'll knock that out in 5 minutes. That's cute and everything, but I'm targeting my stuff to kind of like across the board here, right? So it would maybe go to some guitarists out there, or bass players or drummers or whatever that are trying to put tracks together, and they want to understand how to just do something that's kind of fairly decent or they could get away with. So I've decided that ends up being the other piano here. Now, if I were to solo both of these tracks, I could actually hear them together, and then we might get a better idea as to what I wrote here. So let's listen to this. Now, this, in all fairness, I mean, it sounds pretty darn good. I mean, to my ears, I'm hearing nothing but potential here. I would actually like to treat this track up above here. I guess I'm thinking that this first track might be the left hand, possibly. So one of the things that I might end up doing is I might open up the MIDI modifiers here, and I might transpose this down 12 here, okay? So we're going to go -12 on there. Now, when we go to -12, what this is going to do is it's just basically lowering down an entire octave here, and it might end up sounding a little bit cooler. And again, we're just trying to assemble this and try to get something that doesn't sound too bad. So now that doesn't sound too bad. I'm thinking that I might try this with this other piano. Let's hear how both of these sound down in there. And again, we're just kind of getting some ideas as to what I originally had, but we're listening to a much better piano here. This is, I mean, Keyscape is just, it's one of my favorite piano VSTs out there. I'm not doing this because I'm getting any payments for this. I don't get a kickback from Spectrasonics, but damn, I mean, what an amazing, and I keep on trying different things, and I gotta tell you, I mean, I know this is subjective. I've watched a lot of videos on this. I've seen a lot of people fight, oh man, piano tech is amazing, and I can't fight with that, piano tech is just a totally different thing. I've got Ravenscroft. I've got all these different pianos that I've listened to, and I'm just not impressed with any of them as much as I have been with Keyscape. And I think we're just listening to their basic standard stock piano here. Although I have EQ'd that as a, that's just kind of like, I set that up as a template. So, and I should really take that off of here. So I'm trying to find one of these dang windows here. Here we go. So this EQ is pulled down a little bit. So let's hear this with this repaired here. I'm going to bring him back to normal. So we're right here. So now we have both of them a little bit lower. And I'm going to do this to the other one. Okay. The next thing I would like to do, I would like to I would actually like to try playing this. I'm not going to do this right now, right here, live in front of you, because it would be like a 2-hour video for me to try to figure out, what is going on here. I mean, I could peek at it just to show you how I would do this. And I got to tell you a quick story about MIDI. Our friend MIDI. MIDI, back in, I don't know, somewhere in the 90s, I was doing Cakewalk. You guys remember I opened up Cakewalk, but this was Cakewalk Pro Audio. And I want to learn, what is it? It was a Yes song, Mood for a Day. And it's funny because Steve Howe ended up being the guitarist. Out of all the guitarists that I just loved growing up, he ended up being the one that kind of talked me into learning guitar. Well, he didn't do it personally, but it was a song of his that he wrote called The Clap. And it's supposed to be named Clap. They had these big issues through the years because the record company accidentally named it The Clap. So, which, I mean, that's what you want to have, is this great album with a song named after chlamydia. So I don't think that's what they were trying to do there. But that song, man, did that song speak to me. And I listened to it. I was like, oh my God, I got to play guitar. That is it. And I don't know who that artist was for you that started out in music. Man, and that just ended up speaking to me so much. And I had always loved guitar. Both brothers and my sister played. And I was like, man, I just got to play. I got to play. And that's when I ended up starting to try to learn guitar. So it ended up being quite the journey for me as I did that. Now, what I ended up doing was I wanted to learn Mood for a Day. And at the time, the internet was new. There was no tabs on the internet. I swear to God, there's just nothing on the internet. I mean, you kids, you're spoiled today. Back when we were kids, the internet was a stick. So I found Mood for a Day as a MIDI file. It was crazy. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. I'm going to pull it into Cakewalk. So I pulled it into Cakewalk. And I was able to basically break out all the notes like you're seeing on the screen right now. So how I learned Mood for a Day was with a piano scroll. So I would get to these different notes on the piano and I would just be like, okay, so that's how I do. Oh, I get it. Right now that's not working correctly because I'm at I was selected at the wrong track. So now on here, and that's basically how I learned the entire song. I was like, okay, here's my first note. And I would just click on that note. Then I would click on that note. So let's see. We have an E, B, and an E there. So that would be pretty easy. So we're going E. So that's quite a stretch. So that E, B, E, then another E. Yeah, that ain't too bad. E, B, E. Now, if I were to go to record this, that's what it. So then we have this chord over here. And that's doing a B and an E up there, right? And we're just up slightly higher. So we're just at this next B. And I don't even have the piano cam on. I am so sorry. Let me come back with the piano cam. So I'm going to take a break, but your mind is going to be blown. Watch how quick I'm going to start the piano cam. Are you ready? I'm kind of amazing. Oh, damn. I'm not that amazing. Okay, so now as we're doing this, what did we say? That was an E, that was an E, that was a B, and another E, right? And then I have a B and an E up here, right? So I just have this B here and then another E. But I could use my pedal now. Which sounds lovely on top of there, right? What do you think? So it would be a matter of me just kind of going through, figuring out the piano on there, what I'm doing there, and then I'm going to record another track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and re-record the pianos on here, and then I'm going to come back for the next part, and you guys are going to see like a cool piano in there, and then we're going to go to the other instruments and we're going to start figuring stuff out. Maybe we could arrange things, blah blah blah. Whatever. Hey, what do you think? Isn't that kind of cool? Man, this is so awesome. You guys are watching this with me. Let's get some comments in there, right? I would love to have some comments in there. And also I'm looking for subscribers too. So see the subscribe thing right over here? You just push that button. It's okay. It's cool, man. We'll see each other again. Woohoo!